Hello, everybody. This is Grayzo, and welcome back to episode 2 of our Rise of the Horde Dothraki campaign in Legacy of Valyria for a Game of Thrones in Crusader Kings 3. That is such a mouthful. But before we jump into this episode, I do want to say a huge thank you for your support, enthusiasm, and feedback on episode 1. It's one of the best performing playthroughs so far on the channel. So I'm excited to continue the adventure and the journey. Before I kick things off, I will say about 75% of folks that watched the first video are not yet subscribed. So if you are picking up on episode 2 and you're continuing the journey, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. And let's jump into our adventure here with Rakharo. There's a few things I would like to action in today's episode. So we are located currently down here in Naturis. No, sorry, we're actually down here in Iberis. And we're trying to seduce our wife so we can have a child with this lady. Our child will hopefully have a press claim on the Painted Mountains, and I think as head of our dynasty, because it's I think we didn't do matrilineal marriage. I think we done a regular marriage. We might be able to claim the title or this guy's claim eventually for the Painted Mountains, but in order to do that, we will need to have an army, a force to reckon with, and we got to continue building up our stallions, our pavilion, our camp to do that. So I'm going to start off here by just throwing a little bit of money into the supply tent. Supplies are always going to be important, and capacity will be important as well. So let's go ahead and construct that. We do have 110 soldiers right now, 10 captains and horse archers. We have a decent small brigade of Dothraki screamers. So there was a lot of talk regarding the men-at-arms. What are we going to use in our horde? And we are mainly going to be cavalry focused. So we have our horse archers, which are pretty darn good, but these guys are countered by skirmishers. No, sorry, these guys are countered by crossbowmen. I'm pretty sure they're countered by crossbowmen. So if we look at bowmen, they counter archer cavalry, right? So we got to be careful because a lot of folks around us will likely have crossbowmen. Let's just see. Look, 700 crossbowmen in Volantis. Let's see. Maybe Mir. Crossbows, 120. Right? Maybe let's just check Lease as well. Not that we're going to go invade here, but these guys are just... I think crossbowmen are just... It's a popular men-at-arms regiment that tends to be kind of in most lords' armies. So we need something to counter crossbowmen. And I want to keep it cavalry-focused. So light horsemen counter archers. I think crossbowmen are technically archers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some light cavalry. So again, we'll stick with our horses. These are just a little bit of a different Dothraki. They may be carrying an arak or a spear. They're still kind of mounted. So we're going to keep our mounted force here for the Dothraki. And potentially here we could refill. We're not able to do that because we already refilled it. Okay, that's good. So there was a request to just check out this little island down here. Toadstone. Down here. Because apparently there is a special building on it. The Isle of Toads. The Black Toad. Gives you legitimacy gain. Same faith, opinion, and piety. There's lots of really good buildings that are in these ruins that you can restore if you are Valyrian culture. I think you need the Valyrian trait to be able to restore Valyria, and maybe these ones down below. So there's that. Let me just check if there's anything else we should cover before jumping into our main playthrough. Of course, the Dothraki have blood riders. So we need some very loyal people. Maybe some of our knights. Ralco here, our Sworn Shield. We would like to keep his opinion up. Eventually sway him. And then if we can befriend him. Because the Dothraki had blood riders that would be loyal to their Khals and follow them essentially into the afterlife. So... we will try and befriend folks as we progress here. And we did get a treasure map last episode. And it's pretty useless. We didn't necessarily want to go on an adventure. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to break it. Oh, we can only repair it. Aha. But what if we unequip it? If we had an armorer, we might be able to destroy it. Is that a... Not something that we have currently. Okay, that's fine. All right, well, we're going to continue our adventure here. Thanks again for your support, feedback, and ideas on the series. My thought process is I want to head down towards this area of the map and maybe head over to... Like, everybody hates us. Everybody hates us. I don't want to go down to Valyria, Astapor, Yunkai. Everybody just hates us, man. Oh, it's going to be tough. So, with everybody hating us, I may just go down to Volantis just to get pick up some contracts down here, rank up a little bit, and go from there. So let's see, maybe, is it possible to travel down here? Yeah, it is. Not a lot of danger. Let's head to Volantis. Khal will be recruited in her travel entourage. Foreign ruler. The Dothraki band of Almays. Cool. Can I invite him? No. I did have a big mistake in the first episode where I mentioned Drogo was the stallion that mounted the world. He was not. It was Daenerys's and Drogo's son that was meant to be the stallion that mounts the world. But Rakharo will be that guy, hopefully, in the future. So we're hoping to get a kid down here at some point. A duel demanded. An imposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Mailer of Kelbaris. I've bested dozens of men in combat, and honestly, all those fights were dull. So here I am on the road looking for someone better than me. Someone I can learn from. If you can beat me in combat, I will become a valuable, loyal servant. So this is kind of where I suppose the roleplay aspect will come into it. This guy could be part of our court. I have no interest in having this guy in my court right now because I want to build up our horde with just Dothraki. So I think we actually get prestige if he joins us. I think we leave him alone. We leave him for now. And we got a martial aspect. Sorry, some of the menus are a little bit off the screen. You can see this up here. But it's probably on my end. Probably just something that I've done incorrectly. Finish a siege, 20 times holdings, loot value and provision. Stalwart leader. Make count rank rulers. I can ask for people to do grand tournaments. That's interesting. Casus Belli, we're not going to use that. Impressment, double the effect of siege replenishment. Monthly prestige, control growth and plague resistance, or crossing straits and rivers without penalty. We want something to eventually buff our archer cavalry. So we're going to take this and then go down advanced tactics. And we're now in Volantis. Look at this beautiful city. Look at this model here. Let's visit the town. Or visit the castle, should I say. So we're in the main square. We always go to the pub first. Should be the first stop for anybody in a new town, if you ask me. We'll pick up just hopefully a little bit of diplomacy. Great. We don't necessarily need to recruit, but what we should do is have a look for something else. Maybe I can sell some artifacts. Pilgrim's Guide. What is it giving us? No, it gives us diplomacy. Can we sell something else? No. Town Crier might have some contracts. 2 transport contracts. Yeah, we'll take the transport ones. And then let's head back. Any provisions available? Yeah, we're going to spend the gold to just get fully stocked up again and head back to our camp. So we are building this supply tent. It's going to take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, we can work on these contracts here. Rakharo is 20. He started off as 18, so about 2 years have passed. Transport contract requiring me to travel to a distant county. We will also keep an eye out for any wars. I mean, we could potentially get involved in fights if... Did Volantis just split? No. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for some fights, because I'd like to get some prestige as well from fighting. This requires me to slay a particular character in a duel. Hunt a criminal. Let's do that. This is for Niesos of the Freehold of Arlior Garen. Bring me his head. We move as one. We move as one. We move as one. Where do we gotta go? Bring me his head. We first meet Valar the Evil in the lush farmlands of Arlior Garen. The Dothraki Stallion spread out towards and around his little band of ne'er-do-wells. All of us tense and ready for bloodshed. You, snivelling, ignorant little cur, barks Valar. Out here to do Niesos' bidding, are we? Come then, hound. Face me and prove yourself nothing more than a yelping lapdog. Look at this guy. He's just a criminal, right? He's kind of not... His stats aren't great. Valar can't win here and he knows it, but at least not openly. But if they can just run beyond my grasp, I think what we'll do here is you immediately engage him in a duel to the death. Let's do it. Single combat. In theory, we should win this. In theory. For a few brief moments, Valar and I pace in a lazy half circles, each waiting for an opening. I have my axe ready to defend myself while he clutches his sword firmly to hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, intended to be me. When a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Unexpectedly, Valar manages to swing a vicious kick at my shin. And he makes me hobble. Okay. We could say, fool, take this. My axe makes a quick slash one way, only for me to draw a fresh dagger with my offhand and lunge at Valar as he attempts to parry. Unexpectedly, Valar manages to swing a vicious kick for my shin. This guy is just... He's all out for my shins, man. What's the deal? My form is good with only small errors, but and Valar's stance is passable. I have my opponent on the back foot, but need to consolidate my victory. Strike, parry, riposte. I leap into action, launching a flurry of quick slashes, driving myself hard against Valar's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. Well aware that he is utterly outmatched, Valar hurls himself at me bodily, forcing me backwards with all desperation of the doomed. My form is good, only with small errors. His stance is formidable. We are evenly matched, with the victory balancing on a knife's edge. A blow from my axe and a kick to the gut. With a powerful cleave of my axe, I send Valar reeling backwards, then step into the blow and kick him straight in the chest. Valar, screams my opponent, whirling his sword furiously around me and near me. My form is good, only with small errors. His stance is failing. I have my opponent on the back foot. You have to let your guard down eventually. Better men have died trying to break my guard. I don't want to do low likelihood of success. Taste the wrath of Azor Ahai. Okay, scheme successful. We have chopped off that guy's head. Is he our first kill? Let's have a look. Axes flying. I throw a hail of powerful cleaves at my opponent. Each blow robs him of something. His stance, air in his lungs, his sword, chunks of flesh. It's only when he's almost totally helpless that I let my weapon bite into his chest. He doesn't quite seem to appreciate the mercy, convulsing in feasible spasms as he falls backwards into the spreading pool of his life's blood. Goodbye, Valar. Alright, so our first kill was Valar the Evil. He was a criminal, so maybe he deserved it. A job all done. Good stuff. Fate smiles upon us. My wife Khaleesi Moti is bearing our child. Do we have a wet nurse? Do we have a wet nurse? Let's just make sure we got... You're poor. Is there anybody better? No, nobody's better there. All the positions are currently filled out. Hopefully your kid is healthy. All right. Contracts available. I think we continue to do our contracts here. What's this one? Stand with us. It's a mercenary contract. They're losing by 50% war score. Serana. No thanks. You don't want to get involved in that battle. She has 5 soldiers. No, thank you. Stewardship contract. I mean, our stewardship is not great. We'll do a traveling contract, I think. Good money. There's a little bit of danger. We could probably go around this. We have to cross the bridge anyway. Okay, never mind. Let's go with Scout for Talent. What's the danger here? Swamp. Wilderness, maybe? Sure. Let's try this. The menu's a little bit buggy. I'll try to fix it for the next episode. We'll continue on for now. What the duck? The day on the road has been fairly calm and nondescript so far. We're somewhere outside of Malmerion. And I close my eyes as my mount brings me forward one solid step at a time. The wind plays a magnificent melody through the treetops. Another noise is carried by the breeze. Okay, this is a duck quack. We get stress gain. Follow that duck. No immediate effects. Let's just leave the duck alone. Hang on a second here. We're no longer allowed... It's not just in Volantis, it's just in the town of Arlior. Okay. We gotta move. We gotta move our camp, but we're on a mission. We're in the middle of a mission. We'll do it when we get back. We'll keep an eye down here. It's 3 months we have to do it. Night by the campfire. Long after night is settled, I find myself laughing, telling stories, drinking with Moti, Iri, and Jaki. I didn't know she had it in her, but Moti ends up telling a particularly ribald story about 4 presents she's seen in Arlior Garen. Maybe this is why we're getting kicked out. After drying my eyes from the laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will tell a story of my own. Yeah, let's do that. Just tell a little bit of a story. Okay, we're on our way back. Won't be missed. As we continue through Sedeno, my eye catches on an elaborately decorated tomb amidst a network of common graves. The tomb appears to be cracked open. Just within its mouth I can see the glimmer of some unknown treasure. None but my party appeared to be around, but surely whomever once owned the contents of this tomb would not cast judgment on me taking what would otherwise go unused. We are ambitious. Let's take the gold. A Valentine Mendicant. Who's this guy? He's a wise man. He is lustful and sadistic and impatient. We've heard that Valansar is a land of lousy and holy men traveling in impoverished conditions, living often on fate alone. One such mendicant has approached our cabin speaking of interpretations of our Lord's will and how to lead a pious existence. I don't think you should approach a Dothraki horde, to be completely honest. Kill him. Who did he think he was? You don't approach the horde. The horde approaches you. You're lucky if you leave with your life. Call of the Road. Since setting out from Alier Garen nearly 2 months ago, we're nearly up at our 3-month mark. I've seen highs and lows, reveled in the wind blowing through my hair, and lamented in the rocks of my boots. There are so many places, so many things I've yet to see. Out there, the open road, I feel free to the confinement of camp only for a little while. The roads are full of pilgrims and wanderers. Perhaps it is amongst them I will find peace of mind. We gained a trait traveler. Gets a little bit of diplomacy. Sweet. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Let's move just next door. Move our camp to Old Volantis. Fitting that we got the traveler trait and then we have to move immediately. And there's a prowess contract here. A martial scheme. And a hunt. Ooh. A sting of rejection. Our scheme failed to seduce her, but she's carrying her child. Hopefully it's our child. We could plan a hunt here as well. We have that on cooldown. Let's just see. We have a lot of options here. Contracts are available. We can also make a interaction. This is the guy that just booted us out of the land. So what we'll do is we will ask him for... No. Okay, well, let's just leave him. Let's leave him for now. Visit the town. Sit by the fire and get some learning. Great. Let's head back here. Okay, so rescue a fair subject. Let's do that. And in terms of decisions, by the way, we have the opportunity to become a great conqueror, right? We would need to have over 22 martial, be legendary, and have strategist and gallant. And we would have had to participate in 20 wars. So we could potentially do this. It would get us a claim on Volantis, which is interesting. That's probably just because I'm located here. Champion of the Dothraki culture might be interesting. We would have to change our culture, though. Okay, maybe not. Captain of the Sphinx. It is said that a mysterious captain comes mounted on a gilded sphinx to rescue those in danger. A notable steed of radiant sheen, and a stately captain sat aside. We would get a bunch of benefits for doing this, and a golden coat of the Sphinx armor set. We're not too far away from this. We just got to do more martial contracts, and then eventually get exalted amongst men. We're nearly distinguished, so potentially something we could work towards. The travels here of Rakharo. We currently travel a little bit around, and we have the traveler trait, so this will kind of work in the background. Ascension. That's something we're probably not going to do. We can also found a holding. We get 400 gold. We can create our own barony, but the Dothraki technically kind of don't settle, so we may not do that. Let me know if there's a benefit of doing that. I might maybe do it later on. Levy the outcasts. I will become the master of the Gutter's sons and daughters, an army of the most heinous scoundrels. This is a criminal contract, right? Gallows bait? Yeah, we're not going to do that. We could also just have a look to see if there's any artifacts that might be worth buying. There's a regalia here. Anything cheap? We're looking for, is there a discounted section? A bargain basement of some sort? No. Okay. All right. Well, we'll continue on here. I think we wanted to do this contract, right? Yeah. I have a feeling we're going to get kicked out of here as well. Rescue a first subject. We're going to do it with haste. And we're going to auto-invite agents. Scouting for talent. A willing follower. Who are you? Shara. She's a good steward. She is a good steward. She doesn't necessarily need to be our culture, but if she follows the Dothraki Stallion, we might keep her. Come across a woman while passing through Dorasinkin. She's frank and makes a face as I approach. I've organized the storehouses of Dorasinkin meticulously. I've kept lists and ledgers to account for every apple, onion, and piece of grain. But staying here bores me. My skills could serve you well. I don't have the money to pay for her. I could get her as quartermaster. What does quartermaster do? Hang on. Quartermaster. Do we have that? We don't. But do we have anybody that's... I mean, we already have somebody. Hit the road, you useless Phil. We already have Rakharo here that we can appoint for free. There we go. Keep her gold, right? We are still trying to seduce this woman. Oh no, sorry, that's this is the contract. My mistake. $63 is the maximum. Let's seize the moment. Back. A high-pitched scream makes its way through the thicket of trees I follow. Standing in the middle of a clearing is one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid my eyes on. She wields a stick like a spear and tries to keep her distance from a ferocious hyena. With a quick slash of my blade, I cleave it into the beast, and the animal lets out a spurt of blood, staining the grass as it falls. My lord, the woman cries, falling to her knees. She is beautiful. She is a rough terrain expert. And by the way, we do have options for concubines, which we have not looked at yet. Like if I was to add a concubine right now, there's a couple people in my tribe, I suppose. Let's take this lady to start off. Right, we'll take her as another concubine. And we add her to our roll of patrons. Is she? She's unlanded. Yeah, let's just add her to our roll of patrons. Fantastic. Glory is now widely known. Is there any fights we can get involved in? No. It's very peaceful at the moment. I don't know how to feel about that. We're known for a dedication to our faith. The great Stallion smiles upon us. Hard muscle. Yeah, let's do that. Travel to accept the contracts. Slightly different pace of gameplay that you're probably used to seeing on the Greyzo channel. But I am enjoying this. We want to build up the story, and there was a lot of requests to make this a long series. Hopefully we have a stable build with the Legacy of Valyria and the updates that they're doing. And let's see what we can do here with the Dothraki Horde. My needs are simple, explains Rakharo. There are certain thorns in the rose of Kelbaris, and I want you to remove them. Prickly characters, I can't seem to remove them directly, so you're going to deal with them for me. I draw my thumb around across my neck quizzically. No, clarifies my employer. No serious bloodshed. Just keep them silent without killing them. So they'll understand what it's like to disrespect this guy. So this guy's like a slave owner, right? He's really kind of evil. We're here to earn, man. We're here to earn. We don't really kind of follow this guy's beliefs. We're just here to make some money. We'll do his bidding for him right now. Our son. An heir. He's stuttering. He's a stuttering guy. He's not... he doesn't have any other inheritable traits. Zeko. Zeko Vorar. The stuttering Dothraki Horse Lord has been born. Succession is fixed, my friends. He's apparently a gambler. A little one-year-old gambler. Well, son, we will gamble on your education, and we're hoping that you're not going to be a great diplomat. Maybe you could be a learned character, steward, or something like that. But for me, I feel like most Dothraki cows would put their son to the battlefield and give them a sword. And we want to educate them ourselves, right? There we go. We have a game, folks. We have Succession. So the camp will go to Zeko next. Oh, he's ill. All babies cry. But with little Zeko, there is no end to the tears. I desperately want the midwife to ease my worries, but her furrowed brow makes everything worse. Your son is not gaining any weight, as he should. We take good care of him, my lord, but in the end, his life is in R'hllor's hands. His life is in the great Stallion's hands. He's sickly. Hopefully he can become healthy once more. By the way, if you're wondering when the next episode of Rise of the Horde will be, I'm going to try my best to upload on Wednesdays and Fridays with this series. Just to change it up. Normally we would do Tuesdays and Saturdays. But it is dependent on my work schedule. It is a little bit busy at the start of the year. If you guys don't know, I am in a sales role. So generally start of the year is when you get your new quota and your territory and all that sort of stuff. So it's busy at the moment, but I'll do my best to keep up with the episodes. Do continue to show your support and your excitement by dropping a like on the video and getting engaged in the comments. And before we unpause here, I do want to take a moment to do a shout out for the episode sponsor today. I'll be right back. Hello everybody, this is Grayzo, and this video is brought to you in partnership with Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming gives you discounts on titles across PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, and also you can get extra discounts on pre-ordered games. So games that are not even out yet, you can get additional discounts before release. If you are interested in additional game discounts, do use the link in the video description below to save on some upcoming titles. Okay, we continue here with our Khal traveling back to the city. We have 64 gold. Hang on a second. Do we want to upgrade our light horsemen? Or do we want to maybe build something in our camp? I think we should build in our camp. What would be beneficial? Unlocks men-at-arms officer. Men-at-arms damage. 40 based on aptitude. Ooh. I think we go with Proving Grounds, to be honest. Captain effectiveness. Yeah, let's do Proving Grounds. Our camp is getting upgraded. Eventually we'll upgrade this as well. We'll go to like level 3 and get some extra provisions and men-at-arms toughness and a couple extra building slots. Maybe we'll save up for that next. We're making good progress. By the way, I think there is a mission or a challenge to go from an adventurer to a king in one lifetime. There is a path for this with Rakharo. Hang on, why is he unlanded? He does not have a claim. We would have to push her claim. Oh, okay. I thought because she had a claim on the whole kingdom. My woman in second. Okay, maybe hang on. Where's her wife gone? No, this is her, right? My wife? Okay. She has a press claim on the Painted Mountains, which is a kingdom title. Yeah. Means that she would get the title. She would become my vassal. And then maybe I could steal the title from her. I'm not too pushed on doing it that way. I mean, I want to build up the camp, but let me know if there's a way of doing that. Maybe to steal the Painted Mountains. Might be interesting. to explore. Miri is no longer a stooge. What happened to Miri? She died in childbirth. So sad. So sad. We want to arrange a marriage for this guy. Because he has the giant trait, so we want to see if we can get some giant Dothrakis in the mix. Now we're going to execute this scheme. Seize the moment. Okay, fantastic. We now should have enough to upgrade one of our regiments, and I honestly think maybe getting these guys would make sense. So, and then we could refill our men-at-arms for provisions. And that now gives us 310 soldiers, 200 light horsemen, 100 Dothraki horse archers, and 10 captains. We should have enough to take part in some battles now. That, folks, is where we're going to wrap it up for episode 2. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, consider leaving a like. If you're not yet subscribed, tune in for a couple of episodes. You might like what you see. If you do, then consider subscribing. If you're interested in seeing maybe when the next episode is going live on the channel, I'm hoping Fridays and Wednesdays. But if you're unsure, click the notification bell. You will get notified. Thank you so very much for watching. Take care, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.